This video is an institutional review focused on the architecture of inequality and the erosion of British institutional integrity. The psychological baseline of the Etonian and similar public school student profile indicates a strategic survival personality. Competence often masks inner detachment, with emotional development arrested by institutional rigidity. While only 7% of the UK general population is privately educated, they hold a vice-like grip on the levers of power in senior roles across government, the judiciary, and the armed forces. I would also add to this the overrepresentation of public school voices within the media. The general ethos of this governing class is one of effortless superiority, marked by a cult of the amateur. The observation is that the subject prioritizes rhetorical flair over technical mastery, leading to a cavalier attitude toward hard work and effort. A subject review of diplomacy in 1956, focusing on the Suez crisis, results in an F grade. Pupil Anthony Eden displayed psychological inflexibility and clung to an anachronistic imperial self-image, failing to adapt to modern geopolitical reality. In economics, from 2010 to 2016, the Austerity case study earns a D- poor grade. The policy of gratuitous austerity linked to deficit deceit resulted in the slowest recovery on record, shredded social safety nets, and an estimated 33,888 excess deaths. The review of rhetoric versus execution for 2016 to 2019 shows an A in debate performance, but an F in technical competence. The outcome was a triumph of style over substance and technically disastrous management. During the COVID-19 pandemic, all secondary education examinations due to be held in 2020 were cancelled, and estimated results were issued to students using a government-designed algorithm. Particular criticism was made of the disparate effect the grading algorithm had in downgrading the results of those who attended state schools and upgrading the results of pupils at privately funded independent schools, and thus disadvantaging pupils of a lower socio-economic background. The extracurricular Old Boy network is an active infrastructure maintaining stratification. It links the school to Oxford University, the Cabinet, and the city boardrooms through informal and exclusive routes, bypassing meritocracy. The psychological evaluation of the public school educated reveals accountability deficits contained within what is defined as the naive bubble. The defense mechanism is active disavowal, where individuals pretend to be ordinary to hide structural privilege. The cost to the nation of a privately educated, with particular emphasis on the Etonian model, dominance is enormous. The impacts include thousands of excess deaths, severe erosion of institutional trust, GDP stagnation, and blocked social mobility by a glass floor. The final verdict is that significant reform is required. The strategic survival personality created a leadership class defined by arrogance, and the amateur ethos has failed the demands of the modern state. It also creates a bottleneck where the views of the few are normalized as the national interest. Remedial measures include dismantling the pipeline, breaking the Eton-to-Cabinet monopoly, ending tokenism, prioritizing competence over rhetorical flair, and fostering relational intelligence. Failure to comply will result in continued national decline. The sources for this file include recent works from Cooper, Duffel, Reeves, and the Sutton Trust mobility reports.
Let Eton's sons now raise their voice and make a most triumphant choice. playing fields of hallowed ground. Let future leaders now be found. We'll always champion what is right.